Hello and welcome to the Blue Jay Banter podcast. I am today's host, Alex Barcelona, and this is my co-host, Nadia. We are joined today by Mr. Pierce, the one and only. He is our English teacher for freshmen. He's a junior high wrestling coach?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so up first, we've got a couple questions we'd like to ask, and we're going to start with, I noticed you graduated from Guthrie. How was your time in Guthrie High School?
Wow. Surrounded by a phenomenal support system. I was one of those fortunate students whose mother actually taught in what is now, I believe that's Miss Terrence room. So I had my mother as a teacher here at high school, and also my auntie was in the kitchen. She was serving food, so you can imagine, no room for mistakes. I was definitely in class.
There you go. Okay, so you're a wrestling coach. Did you wrestle while you were in high school?
Yes, I began wrestling my freshman year in high school. I was able to place and be successful right off the bat. Of course, you know, I played all sports. The biggest, I guess the biggest thing about it was that, you know, when you start off as a freshman, it's kind of hard to jump ahead. So yeah, freshman year, ended up being pretty successful while I was here at Guthrie. I wrestled all my 4 years here at high school. Ended up getting a scholarship as a result.
Was there anything about Guthrie that really stuck with you from this high school?
Support system. The phenomenal support system. I mean, we were held accountable. Of course, we got to, you know, joke around. You always have your, you know, moments to joke around, but the support system here, you know, from the teachers as I was growing up, making sure that they pushed you to be your best, and also not just say it, but also assist you. I think that was a big part of my foundation being here in Guthrie. And of course, you know, your friends. I mean, your group. I mean, we call them homies, partners. I mean, you know, they say you are who you're around. Excuse me, but I really enjoyed that portion of it. I think that was a very important part to me.
So you enjoyed going to high school here?
Yes.
Tell me about the path you took after you left high school.
After I left high school, I received a scholarship, a full ride scholarship in wrestling to Morgan State University, which is a university, a HBCU university in Baltimore, Maryland. So that's why I attended my college at.
What other jobs or careers did you pursue before you became a teacher?
Oh man, look, you know you got to go through the ranks. I've done delivery driver. I've recreational work, recreations in the inner city. Of course, when I was in college, Baltimore, that was one of the things that I did was inner city youth recreation programs. Leading up to before, let's see, gosh, I've cooked, I worked in restaurants. I mean, you know, no pride, but seem to always be around some type of youth, some kind of way. So,
Okay.
I've done a little bit of it all.
So you went to college in Baltimore, in Maryland. What got you interested in teaching post-college?
Man, you know, I believe the pathway, I guess, was a long one, but never thought I actually ran from it, to be honest with you. You come from a family of teachers, you do not, that's the first thing you say is, I will not be doing this. So have always been around youth, and I've always, some way or another, I mean, even before I came here, I was recruiting for a program to try to encourage, inspire, and build young people in order to be confident in themselves and also become, good citizens in society. So that was my thing. I recruited for a program to give them trades and stuff like that, and it was good. It was a good feeling to see, and when I got the opportunity, I just wanted to be a sub. I was just going to sub for a little while, in between jobs, not trying to throw everything out there, but it was like that was the plan. I was like, I'm just going to sub a little bit, and probably go into some kind of mentorship program, and I'm here.
Alrighty. So you mentioned the college you attended in Baltimore, Maryland. What is it you would have done if you hadn't been a teacher?
I originally went to college for sports management.
Okay.
I wanted to be somewhat around what I had been around all my life was athletics. The dream of being an athletic director or some form of fashion, being around sports to promote sports and also to encourage young people through sport has always kind of been a driving force for me.
So you decided to change things up while you were in college, right? Knowing what you know now, would you have chosen a different path?
My mindset is, you always when you look over your time, you always kind of think about what you probably would have done differently. But one of my biggest sayings is a wise fool knows when to change. So when I look back over what I've been through to get to where I'm at, there were certain things that I would like to have done. And I don't think I'm through yet. I just think I'm doing them in a different way. I'm still scratching that need, but the picture, what I thought was my way is actually, I don't think it would have been as beneficial as the way that I am here today.
So what do you see for yourself in the future? Do you expect to continue teaching?
Life is learning, so yes, I feel that in some sort of way I'm going to always probably be teaching. Just where I am in my life right now, there's going to be a part. Now, what and how, I don't know, but I do know that that's going to be definitely. My wife says it all the time. She's like, you and those young people. So I think she sees it, and I can't be hard-headed. I've been fighting it for so long. So teaching is definitely a part of my future, but in what aspect, I don't know.
Man, life is learning.
Yeah, man.
What an insane quote. Okay, well, you've mentioned your support system growing up and even now. Who would you say has been your biggest motivation throughout your life?
It comes from different things. Spiritual. People don't like to try to make it cliche, but it definitely is a driving purpose for me. Without it, I could have been on the opposite end of the spectrum. Very, very, very much so. Everyone has a backstory, and I know where I could have been. And sometimes people say where I should have been, but I can sit up here and say I'm not. And I think it's a culmination of just the people that I ran into along the way. With my mother, as a man, when you have mama, mother is our stone. That's our first introduction to learning who we are as young men growing up. So she was definitely my ace. Of course, the support systems that we talked about, coaches, friends, but truly my mother.
So, like you said, everyone has a backstory. to dive into your backstory a bit, what has been your biggest setback?
Hard-headed, trouble. You talking about making decisions, and we talk about when you talk about you are who you surround yourself with. I mean, wow. I made some boneheaded decisions, but I guess my biggest setback, as far as in making decisions, was not doing what I knew not to do. Of course, when I think about setbacks, there's so many different ones. But if I knew then what I know now, setbacks are basically setups and for your next area. But see, when you're going through it, when you call it setback, now I look at it as a setup, but setbacks were just the normal ones. I mean, we all go through them. You make your decision and you don't want to take responsibility that it was you who made the decision. So there's been many of them that you call them setbacks. I call them things that I would like to take back, but I can't.
On a more positive side of that,
yeah.
What has been your biggest success?
Man, honestly, I can hearken to marrying the right one. I can go on, because that's where I like to be, the positive side of things, because let's be honest, I mean, you can dwell and waddle in it all day long and it's not going to make you any better. So my sons, they're standalone men, they're positive men, they're loving men. So my kids, I have grandkids, like I said, my wife, and then I have a sister. I mean, wow. When you said, and then I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you see me around here, but the young people.
Okay. It's a really good success, I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, throughout your life, you've gone through ups and downs, as anybody. You've gone through university. You've become a teacher. You've done a lot of amazing things. Along the way, did you pick up any specific advice? Did anyone give you any advice that has stuck with you?
Oh man, those uncles, those old sayings. Oh man, I'm probably the king of them. Yes, I have. One of the most, and it's always in a riddle. It says, "What you think it is not, and what you think it's not, it is."
Okay.
You've heard a lot of advice through your life, and you've given a lot. Do you have any advice for students today?
Yes. Live in your truth. Know, and I mean know, that you are enough. And you must be brave. There is power in your no. There is power in saying no. There's power in your no. And biggest one is that you matter. You matter.
A lot of powerful advice from Mr. Pierce today. Man. Okay. Well, I think unless you've got anything you'd like to add.
I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity. I'm generally one to shy away from these things because I believe that, I believe that I don't believe in the show. Mm-hmm. I believe in the look at what I'm doing. You make your own determination.
Yes.
So I don't want to tell everything and and people think that that's okay. and you guys made me comfortable enough in what you and how you presented it and what you were looking for that I could not pass up. And I actually, instead of feeling the pressure of stress of being vulnerable, I actually felt honored to be a part of this. So I commend you guys on what you do, and thank you for the opportunity to hopefully assist in your development and your growth as you guys move to the next level. So.
Absolutely, Mr. Pierce, and we appreciate you coming on and accepting it. You've given a lot of great answers, a lot of amazing backstory from you. It's been a pleasure having you on, to be honest. So, given that, I'd like to say that I think we're approaching the end of the podcast. So, thank you for joining us. This has been Blue Jay Banter with your host, Alex Barcelona, and my co-host, Nadia Stannard. Of course, we were interviewing Mr. Pierce. A lot of powerful messages, a lot of amazing things. If you get the chance, stop by, say hello to him. He's an amazing guy to talk to and have a conversation with. That is all, and have a wonderful day.